Hey everyone, it's Eileen with Creative Eye Designs and part two because we're going to finish up, I hope we're going to finish up this cinnamon roll cake. I am really loving how this is turning out, and as you know, if you were here last night, I wanted to add my gingy on top of there, but he's a little not sitting right on our cinnamon roll, so I'm going to make a new one. And that suggestion came from Ness with Up and Growing, and she said if I make a fresh clay one, then the body of the gingy will just sort of like mold onto the shape of my cinnamon roll, so then I think we'll be good. So I guess I'm gonna start off making a new gingy. So who wants to make a gingy with me? If you're on, say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm just going to do the techie thing, guys, because, you know. And it's Lucy Hour. It's Lucy Hour. I haven't been live on a Friday night, I think in a couple weeks. So I'm back tonight, and I wanted to finish up this cake because if I don't do it, I'll probably let the whole weekend go by and I'll not get it done. So hi, Ann. Thanks for hopping on. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to start off with making a new gingy so that it's going to dry on top of the cinnamon roll. And I think then we'll be good. So, I guess I'll put this aside. And hi, Jennifer Patton. Jennifer, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So, I'm using the Bose clay to make my gingy, and I take the brown and mix it with white just to lighten it up. And by brown, I'm talking about, let's see, I'm talking about this brown. It's the lighter brown. They have two browns now. I don't know what they call which one. There's like a dark brown and a light brown. So I'm using the light brown. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. So I add white into that, and okay, I already lost my cover. Where's my cover? and mix that just to get it a little lighter. I don't want it quite just all that color. Thank you. I'm loving it too. I am loving this. So I'm really excited to finish it up. So we'll see how this goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. So if you guys all joined me last night, you saw me making the cake. Of course, you know, with the fake bake stuff, you have to have a lot of stuff prepped ahead of time. So I did have my cake round or cake dummy already pre-spackled. And I used a coffee grunge to paint the color on there. And then my dripping mixture is made with, or I should say the icing, is made with caulking and Mod Podge and paint. Hi, Mary. Thanks for hopping on. So I just start off with like a ball of clay, guys, and I roll it, I guess, into like a cone shape, okay? I know my girl Margie says that her gingies look like orangutans, and I told her that I don't think that's true, but if it is, just, you know, let them hold a banana. So, you know, there's no right or wrong. That's what I think. There's no right or wrong. So I take a ball and I just sort of make it a cone shape, and I like to press it down to give them a flat bottom. And I just want to see, size-wise, I think that that's going to be okay. And then I chop off the top, guys. I chop the top off, okay? And then I roll it again into that cone. And I do essentially kind of want a flat top, but I want it to be a little more narrow. The coffee grunge is a fabulous idea. You're making a gingerbread cake and it's the perfect color. Oh, I can't wait to see that. That sounds really cool, Mary. I didn't even think about making a gingerbread cake. Duh. But I mean, in all fairness, I had these little cinnamon rolls laying around that I did. I don't know, a month or so ago. I don't even remember. And I wanted to use them up in something, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with them. And so then that's what made me decide, why not just make a cake that looks like a cinnamon roll? So for his head, I'm going to just roll a ball. And that head's a bit big, so I'm going to just take a little off. I'm going to take a little off, guys. All right. And when I roll out the head, I kind of just, I roll a ball, but then I like to let it sit for a minute. And that's just to give him a flat piece. Hi, Maria. Thanks for hopping on. Give him a little flat spot on the bottom of his head, because that helps me to find the center. So that's just what I find easy to do, to find the middle of his head. And let's see. I'm wondering if I should get some more clay. I already have mine pre-mixed because I use this color a lot. Let's see. We still have our issue with our crazy glue. So I'm just going to pour a little out on a piece of parchment paper because my spout is clogged. And I got to make sure that I don't stick my fingers in it. I did get crazy glue on my hand last night. How? I don't know, but I did. I did. All right. So, so now I have like a little flat spot on the bottom of his head. I know you probably can't see that on camera. And that's where I'm going to stick him. Let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to stick my toothpick in the body. And that's fresh, wet clay inside, so that should have no problem staying in there. I've never had a gingerbread head fall off, so I think it's good. And I'm just going to trim that down because we don't want our toothpick to go through his head. And I'm just going to put a little crazy glue on the tip of that. And put the head on. I think his head might be a little too big for his body, but we're just going to go with it. Hi, Lindsay. Thanks for hopping on. I like to just give him a little, I'm not really twisting it, but I'm sort of like wiggling it a little because I want to make sure that the body and the head are, you know, connected. Or I should say, like, I guess that's his neck, right? But I want to make sure that it's connected. And, let's see. I need my tool. Where is it? I bet you I have it out somewhere. I know it's right in front of me, guys. It has to be. Here it is. Just to get his mouth going. And I just take that. It's a clay tool, but, well, I guess I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it's in the bakery aisle. So I guess they're fondant tools, but I call them clay tools. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for hopping on. So, and then I also like to just put it kind of where I think I want his eyes to be. And we're going to give him some eyes. I get my eyes from Jamie of Jamie's Corner. She has a shop in her Etsy. And they're resin eyes. I just got a drip across the bridge of where his nose is going to go. And I don't like that, but it is what it is. I don't think it'll show up, but we'll see. We'll see. It might. Because when crazy glue hits that clay, it gives it like a it makes it like foggy. I don't know how else to explain it. And once I set his eyes in there, I like to just press it down to make sure it's getting into that glue. Plus, I like his eyes to be a little smushed in. All right, let me get that out of the way so we don't get crazy glue on us. And get my lint roller again. Every time you turn around, I see fuzz on my mat. It makes me crazy. So I'm just gonna, hi Barb, hello sister. So I'm just gonna make his legs and his arms. And you know, I'm wondering if maybe I should make his legs kind of hang over. Although, see, here goes my brain again. I wanted to use some of these smaller cinnamon rolls, like kind of in front of him or maybe to the side. And so I'm not sure. Normally, I just do my legs, you know, like this. And I wonder if I should maybe have his leg hanging over the edge of that cinnamon roll a little bit. I mean, I guess it won't hurt to try. So I'm just rolling out a snake. And let's see. Now I don't know how long I'm going to need that. I'm trying to judge here. And I don't even know if I'm going to like it like that. But I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. So I want 2 legs. 2, not 1, but 2 legs. I'm being silly, guys. Let's get this out of the way. All this mess in front of us. I don't like how that little knobby thing on the bottom of his foot is. He's got like a little crease in him. So I'm just rolling that up again. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to play around. I'm not going to attach it quite yet. That might be cute. That might be cute, guys. I mean, his leg is really long. It's really long. So I'm just putting it on the back of his back, if you will. And I want it to sit like flat so that I know that his legs, like once he dries, he's going to be good to go. And then I always kind of just move his legs in against his body so that it's sticking to the body. And again, checking the back to make sure that that clay is adhering. Let's see. Well, maybe he could sit cross-legged. I don't know if I like it. Something like that. Let me know what you think, or if I should just make his legs like that. So long legs or short legs? Long or short? I'm going to make his arms short. Ann says short. I'm thinking maybe short. But now don't forget, too, he is going to hold his little cinnamon roll. Barb says long. So we have a vote for one of each so far. What do you think, guys? I can't wait too long because my clay will start to stick, you know, well, it's already stuck. I think I'm going short, guys. I'm going short. Which means I got to rip them off. I got to rip them off. I don't like change. And that's okay because once I put his legs back on, I think that's going to cover up any flaws that I just made in my clay. I like to try and get both legs rolled out at the same time from one end to the other. I don't know. That's just how I usually do it. No rhyme or reason. But I already have like that little ball on the back, on the ends of each end of the snake. So I guess that's why I started doing it that way. And of course we want to make sure that our legs are the same size. It's hard to tell without the arms. I know. Maybe I should have put the arms on first. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I think that's why I was struggling too, Lindsay. So I'm just playing it safe. I'm just going to play it safe. I'm just going to play it safe and go with what I know. All right. Do his arms. If it came out the front long, it would be cute. I think the long idea would have been cute. But maybe his body needed to be bigger or something. I don't know. He just didn't look in proportion with those big long legs. That might have been what was throwing me off as well. And guys, I only make little gingies. I haven't made any big gingies. Who else is making gingies? Barb, I know you make gingies. Lindsay, have you made any gingies yet? Why is his hand so big? We don't want his hand so big. All right. And I don't know if I said that, but I do cut it on an angle when I cut the body parts, if you will. I cut it on an angle, and then I want to attach it like right back here from the neck and the head. Just like that. It's all right, guys. I know. I promise you, it's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. I always kind of like, I did make his arms a little long. So, I'm just going to shush him down and like bend his elbow, you know, and then they don't look so long. The other thing I could have done was maybe decorated his belly with some like buttons, like little pieces of chocolate or something. Mary, you've done some and you made one in a snow globe. I love it. But because he's going to be holding that cinnamon roll, I feel like you're not going to see it anyway, so I didn't bother. All right, so we're done with the brown, guys. I mean, that's how quick it can be done. It, like I said, I think I said it the other night, it used to take me like an hour to make these things. And, you know, when I was first learning, but you really don't have an hour because, you know, your clay is drying as it's sitting. And where's my thing? Remember I showed you that tip too? I take a piece of rolled up parchment paper and I put it between his legs and his arms because the weight of the clay is going to draw those arms down and they're going to stick to his legs, and I don't want that. So hi Yvette, thanks for returning. We're going to finish up our cake tonight. So we're making a fresh gingy. So, hey, Margie. This is for you, girlfriend. So, so that the fresh gingy is going to hopefully sit and dry on top of that cinnamon roll. And it's not going to weeble wobble or have like these weird looking gaps under them. Because I thought by making it ahead of time, I would be good to go with designing last night. But, you know, the joke was on me. Because that's not quite how it turned out. So we have to make a new one. I'm rolling out my white and I'm trying to make a nice thin like snake for the icing. That's going to go around his feet, his arms, and his head. And I don't know why, but I usually start with the legs. And you know what, guys? There's no right or wrong. I do try to give it that little squiggly, but it doesn't always work out. But I try to. And I just want to tap, tap, tap it to make sure that the white is adhering to the brown. And I might be missing comments, so sorry about that. But I have to work kind of fast. Thanks, Jamie. I have to work kind of fast because everything is drying as I'm working with it. So I'm just going to go around his other foot. And I'm trying to keep his arms and legs separated while I'm doing this. So again, they don't stick to each other. Okay. Guys, I need a sip of coffee. What's everyone got tonight? What's everyone doing? We're going to have a beautiful weekend here weather-wise on Long Island. I hope everyone is doing well. Lindsay, I thought of you today because I heard there was an earthquake in Texas, and I'm not sure where you are as opposed to where that happened. Been some crazy things going on weather-wise in our country, that's for sure. I know Barb had some really wicked storms by her over in Oregon. I think the trickiest part is keeping the body parts separated when you're doing the icing. Can you put the icing on, you know, before you attach it to the body? Yes, you can. But, I don't know. I just got used to doing it this way. So I don't do that. I missed something. I missed something. Lindsay. I'm cleaning out. You're cleaning out one of your closets, Margie? You want to come do mine? Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It needs to be done, but I don't know if it's going to happen this weekend because, again, the weather's going to be too nice. I'm going to really want to be at the beach. You're going to look that... Oh, so you didn't hear about it. And I'm not 100% sure what county that was in because I'm not really too familiar. You know? I'm not familiar with... I mean, we know Texas is a big state, right? So... I can't even think of, yeah, I want to say it was like a 5.4 or 5.2 earthquake in Texas, guys. You don't want to do that one, Margie. I know what you mean. But once you get it done, you're going to be so happy you did. I bet you find stuff, too, that you forgot you even had. Okay. All right, let's get that back on. All right, so I just have to do the one for his head. Okay, and then what I like to do when I put the icing on his head, instead of starting from the back of his head and working my way around, because I'll never get that little scoop, like in the middle that I like. So I start in the front of his head by putting my scoop first. You know what I mean? How it droops down. And then I go around with my icing, which this icing came out a little thick, but it's okay. We're going to go with it. And again, I'm just going to pat, 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 because the brown clay is already like, it's not, you know, fresh anymore. It's getting that air dried look. So that's what I mean by the scoop in the center. All right. And then I'm just going to make them a bow. Hopefully, I did. I was going to say, hopefully I put things back where they go, because then I'll be able to find it. And I did. I put it back, right back where it was supposed to be. You know, I got this dark brown, and I never did anything with it, but I want to make some chocolate chip cookies. And larger ones, I told somebody I would make them last weekend, and I never got around to doing that. So I'm hoping to get to that this weekend or this week. Usually I do pink bows or red bows. I've never done the brown bows, but I thought it goes with our look for our cake. So we're going to go with the brown. And guys, this is one of the things I really like about the Bose clay, because it's soft, but it's I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It's soft but yet firm. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but I can just literally put it and just pop it right out. I can't do that with all the clays without it falling apart. So, and I have definitely, well, I was taught by Ness from Up and Growing how to make these gingies. So they are always inspired by her for sure. And there you go, guys. There's your little gingy. And how stinking cute. How cute. I took my cake off of my turntable too. So I think I was trying to decide. I think that I like this as my front. That's why I had it facing me. And the goal is going to be to have it dry on top of the cinnamon roll, so it doesn't have any gaps. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to stick a toothpick. It just got brown on the bottom. I'm going to stick a toothpick in here. Again, I did it again. I didn't turn this on. Let's get that going. And in the meantime, let me get this on here where I want it. I'll turn it around in a second. So, it's going to sit like that. And I don't know if my cinnamon rolls ended up being too big for my design. So, let's see. Because I wanted to have one like on the side. The designing, I tell you all the time, is always the hardest thing for me. And she's going to hold one. Oh, nose and cheeks. Mary, I knew she was missing something on her face. Thank you. I kept looking at her saying, what are you missing? What are you missing? Thank you, Mary. You just saved the day. You saved the day, my friend. All right. And her face is getting pretty dry. I don't normally like to put the crazy glue on the face. I usually like to have the nose on there already. Because again, it'll give that that weird look. Mary, you just saved me. Thank you. All right, so we got a nose. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know when I would have even realized. They kept staring at us saying, you look so weird. Now I know why. She was missing half her face, guys. So for the nose, I literally take, I take my clay and I just make a little ball and stick it on there. And the cheeks, I do the same thing. I'm using a really small amount and I'm making a little tiny ball. You probably can't even see that. But I'm going to make a little tiny ball and then I'm pressing it down with my finger. And it literally sticks to my finger. And then I'm just going to add it to the face. I roll out both of the balls first. to make sure that they're the same size, because you don't want one cheek to be this big and the other one to be that big, you know. So I make sure the balls are the same size, and then thank you, Mary. That's so much cuter, guys. So much cuter with a face. What did I do with that bag? Here it is. You were sitting there in panic saying, nose and cheeks, nose and cheeks. Thank goodness you were here, Mary. Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, need some nose and cheeks, guys. All right, now, my Gingy is soft. So remember last night, I put the toothpick in her and then put it down in the cake. We don't want to do that. In fact, I'm still going to put my parchment in between. And I'm not going to add that cinnamon roll on here that she's holding yet, because, again, the weight is going to pull her arms down. And I want to wait until these aren't falling anymore before I take the paper out. And I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. Mary to the rescue. Guys, I'm so tired today. I don't know why. My son says, Ma, you got to go live and finish your cake. You told them. And I was like, I'm so tired. He's like, Ma, just go on. Just do it. I'm so glad I did, guys. Because like I said, I probably wouldn't have gotten around to this weekend. So I'm going to stick that toothpick in there. Now, don't forget, I have a toothpick in the body and the head. So, you know, this is basically for security. I'm going to hot glue that toothpick in there. And let me make sure. Did I turn it? I think that's where I want my front. It's so hard to decide, guys. Put the roll as a hat. I thought about that last night, Renee. It's so funny that you said that. I'm like, maybe I should put it on as a hat. But I think I'd have to make one. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Maybe we will. Or maybe I need to make like a smaller one just to stick on, you know, like a small little hat. Does that make sense? I don't want to stab myself, so I'm going to use my tool here to just kind of push this down a little more. Okay. And let's see. Maybe we'll add a little tacky glue too. Eek! No, don't smush your face. Don't smush your face. Just dropped her, guys. I'll tell you, if I don't leave my tacky glue bottle upside down, it takes me forever to get it out. All right. Bear with me, guys. All right. What do you think of a little cinnamon roll hat? I feel like I need to make a little itty bitty one, you know, to go with, or maybe if I didn't have the bow on too. Let's see. I just feel like it looks out of place. Maybe it's me. This is going to Gingerly Sweet. Oh, thanks, Thomas. Put the little roll as a hat. That might be cute. Thanks, Thomas, because he pushed me to come live tonight. Yes, thank you, my son. Adorable. Yeah. All right. So we got him on there. I think that was like the perfect solution when Ness told me to make a fresh gingy, because I was never going to get this one to sit right on top of that cinnamon roll because it's got like a little peak in the middle, you know? And then I was thinking, like I said, I feel like maybe my cinnamon rolls are too big for my design. Let's see, should I put the cinnamon roll on her hands? Ooh, don't lose it. Because normally, I think I would wait. I think I am going to wait for her to dry. But just so you can see. See, I have to use the crazy glue. I'll have to use the crazy glue to get that to stay. But I'm going to wait for the arms to dry. I'm going to put my parchment back there so they don't fall down any further. All right, so, oh, that doesn't help though. I mean, maybe even just one. Maybe even just one on the side. I thought about that. I thought about doing something like that. But it's very big for, they're very big for what my brain is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So maybe just one. I don't know. I feel like they need to be smaller. If I wanted to put a little grouping of them. What do you guys think? Maybe make a tiny one to go in front of the cinnamon roll that's leaning. That's perfect. Actually, I have one. I have one. But it needs dripping. It needs icing. You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Or maybe this becomes it, because I feel like that's too small. Maybe I'll use the bigger one. I don't know. I guess I'll see. So here I am thinking I'm going to finish my design tonight, guys. And guess what? We're still having a problem. But I think that's a good idea, Margie. See, that's why I love coming on with you guys, because you give me all kinds of great ideas. So maybe like that. Something like that. That one has to get icing on it. I like that. I like that idea. Thanks, Marge. Perfect. So what do you think, guys? I love it. I stinking love it. So, of course, I still have to make one more cinnamon roll. I mean, it's made already. But, oh, I didn't bring my coffee grunge down, or I could show you how I made the cinnamon roll. Although I do have my tutorial on YouTube where I did make them. And this clay is wet, wet, wet still. And I made that yesterday. The Model Magic does take longer to cure. I love it too. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, I love it. I stinking love it. Yep, that's what it needed. Just the little guy. Just the little guy in front. You know what? Maybe I could still attach these. And when this one gets iced, since I'm not attaching it to the arms yet anyway, I can add that one to our gingy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I like that. All right, so I guess I'm going to do the same concept with like the toothpicks, guys. That's what I'm going to do, toothpicks. So I think I'm going to stick one here. Bear with me, because I like that. I want to be sure that I don't come through the side of my cake. And then we'll add a little, what do you call this stuff? Super glue. Crazy glue, super glue, super glue. I don't know. We used to call it crazy glue back in the day. But I guess that's the brand name. I don't know. All right, let's see. I love it. I love this. I feel like I want it to stick on here too. How am I going to do that? I mean, I guess crazy glue again. I was thinking I could put a toothpick on the inside of that too, but I think I would have needed to do that before I super glued it to the cake itself. So let me just get a little bit out. Uh-oh, it's stuck into my fingers, guys. It's sticking to my fingers. I couldn't get it off me last night. You know what? We'll use this. We'll use this. Something a little more substantial than a toothpick. All right. I'm just going to hold that for a minute. And then if that doesn't work, I'll have to take the whole thing off and do it with another toothpick. But I think this is going to work. It's definitely going to hold. We'll have some coffee. Too bad the first cinnamon roll was set back on the cake so your cinnamon roll grouping can sit in the front. I know. You know, I think Lori was telling me that last night, not to put it in the center, but I already had done it. So, you know, there's that. But I think it's okay. I think it's coming out super cute. So, let's see. We are going to, I think I'm just going to super glue this one on. Maybe, I don't know. I always have Vanessa in the back of my head. Insurance. You got to have insurance. Meaning, you know, make sure it's not going to fall apart. It's not going to go anywhere. So, let's see. I'm going to put it here. We got to move you out of the way, Gingy. Just got to move you out of the way. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I think that's still super cute. The arms seem to be holding up pretty good. So what do you think? I love it. I think it looks really cute. I am going to add the icing on this one. Yeah, I'll add the icing on this one. Because that's going to need a little while to dry. It doesn't really take that long for it to dry, but it does need time to dry. Like, you know, probably, because it's thin. It doesn't need 24 hours, I can tell you that. It definitely doesn't need 24 hours. All right, let's see. Another tip that I would say, because I didn't watch, you know, I didn't watch this when I was making them last night, but after you put your dripping on, or your icing, I would move it off of from where it is once it starts to, not like run around, you know, it's not like running. Because mine was stuck to the paper where I had to peel, you know, I had to peel the pieces, and then they were looking like they were broken pieces, and I didn't want that. So that was also being strategic in placing my, my cinnamon rolls, so that you couldn't see that part. And so I would let it sit for a minute and then move it. And I think what I'm going to do is, let's try and move it now. Why not? Maybe not, because I can't get quite under it. We'll let it sit for a minute. But I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna move it to another spot to let it dry all together. So that's it, guys. That's our finished, almost 99.9% done now. We're gonna put the cinnamon roll in her hands to hold it, and I think that's super cute. And I love how the dripping came down the cake. In the back, it's like running off the edge, like because it dried on the parchment. And I'm gonna end up putting it on, like, I'm probably gonna paint a wood round. I have these cardboard cake, I don't know, what do you call these? For the, you know, you put your real cakes on them, right? But I don't want it to be on the cardboard, and it's got that raw cardboard edge. I've seen some people like double it up and put like ribbon around it, but I'm not really crazy about that either. And not like I have the right ribbon to put on there anyway. So I'm going to use a wood round. And I have these wood rounds. What I'll do, that's what I've been doing with all my cakes, is using these wood rounds. And I'll paint it. Usually I paint it white. And I'll sit it on there, and that'll be it. Hi, Margarita. Is it your favorite so far, Barb? We're just finishing up. We made a new gingy so that it could dry and cure on top of our funky cinnamon roll on top. And so we're letting her dry. We almost forgot to put her face on. If it wasn't for Mary of Hog Wild Designs, hi Cecilia, thanks for hopping on. I would have forgot to put her cheeks and her nose on. She wouldn't have been as cute. It's your favorite? Yeah, I think this is definitely one of my favorites too. Definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Then I'm going to lift it and move it so I don't have those broken pieces. And that's it, guys. So once I get her cinnamon roll attached, I will definitely post some pictures. But, I mean, I think you guys get the idea. I think it turned out super cute. I'm really proud of this one, guys. I love it. Like, you know, we get so inspired by watching others. And, you know, we've all done, you know, like, everyone's done it all, right? I mean, what else can you come up with? And it gets hard sometimes to really think about things, you know, and what to do. And, you know, you get a creative block, right? And I was talking to my friend Barb here about it. I said, you know, I never told her what I was going to make, but somehow I always figure it out, you know, before having to go live. I always come up with something. I don't know how, but I think it's pressure. I think sometimes maybe I just do better under pressure. You love the cake rounds and plan to cover them in order to use them. Oh, you have those. I can't see, Mary. I'm sorry. I have those cake rounds and plan to cover them. Oh, what are you going to cover them with? Yeah, I think I've seen people cover them too, actually. Not just paint them, but like maybe decoupage or pretty paper or something. What about the edges? You know, the cardboard edges. Or am I overthinking it? I don't know. It's a cake, right? I mean, if you got a cake from a bakery, I guess that's what it would look like. It would be sitting on one of those cardboard rounds. Thanks, Margarita. So, I don't know. I just decided I have all these little cinnamon rolls hanging around, which, guys, I only got to use one of them. I still have 3 to go. So, I got to come up with something else, too. Or maybe I'll just make another one of these. I don't know. Make a boy and a girl. Yeah, I would have liked to have had, like, a cluster of them. But that's all right. Each one will come out different. So, thanks, everyone, for joining me tonight. Cover with paper from the top. And make little slits all the way around and fold it under. Oh, you were going to use shelf liner. Decoupage is a great idea. Yeah, like even a pretty napkin or something, right? Margie, I think I follow what you're saying. Is that what you do, Margie? Do you use these cardboard rounds? Let me know, you fake bakers out there, what you use on the bottom of your cakes. Because I've been using the thin wood rounds. And I got them at, pretty sure I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're thin. They're very thin. Probably about 1/8 of an inch. You know? You do use them, but I rarely attach my cakes because you make minis. Ah, okay. Thanks, Jamie. So, yeah, I got those at Hobby Lobby, but also Walmart. Walmart has, like, I feel like the perfect size because they're a little bit bigger. But I haven't gotten there, so. She's sitting so cute on there. I love it. Thanks, everyone, for coming back and watching me finish this up. So see, her legs just stuck together but I don't mind it, where her icing stuck together. So we're gonna put this there so the arms don't stick to the leg icing. You usually sit on a candlestick or a small cake plate. I really want to make those little minis. You know, like a little mini cake to, like, sit on these from the Hobby Lobs, you know. Little cake. I mean, that just looks cute just like that. But each one is, you know, each one Just came out so different. I was not consistent in making my cinnamon rolls. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. We just finished up, Amanda. We made a cinnamon roll cake. And of course, we gotta have a little gingy on there. Her arms are drying, so. And she's going to hold a little baby cinnamon roll in her hands when that icing dries. We're gonna attach it. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I want to thank you again for joining me, and I will see you all again on Thursday for sure with the Creators Cakery Creators Circle. And guys, of course, you know I have no clue what I'm making this week. Hopefully, I figure it out. I'd like to have some sort of plan in my head by the weekend, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see what happens, guys. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night and have a great weekend. Bye.